What's up guys, Manny for Motomillion. It's wheel time. Well, the cat's out of the bag, and if you picked up on it, it's singular. We're doing a wheel today, not wheels, because the front wheel is the only wheel that we're gonna do. I'm not revealing the rear wheel yet. You still gotta guess on what to do. I think some people actually guess what we're gonna do with the wheels. We're gonna paint them. You said white, and if you said another color, you may be right still as well. But we have our Comoto Apex wheels, forged aluminum wheels. It's a first for us. It's the first time we're actually going to be using these wheels, but it probably won't be the last time. They're made here in the USA. In fact, they're made here in Florida. And on this episode, you're going to watch this wheel go on this beautiful ultra gold Tuono. I'll talk about all the details and more details while we get some work done, because we got a little bit of work ahead of us. So less talking, more working. Let's get the stock stuff off and put on our beautiful Comoto wheels. Just like that, this front wheel is off, and I haven't looked that far into it yet, but the only part that we're gonna use is this ABS ring that's on here. Everything else is gonna be changed, and when I say everything else, the wheel comes with the spacers, but the rotors are going to be aftermarket. We're going to be running our T-Drive rotors by Brembo. If you guys have watched our previous builds, it's almost by default that we'll change the rotors on every bike that we change, at least the wheels, and sometimes even if you don't change the wheels, we end up changing the rotors. And why? Of course, the Brembo T-Drive rotors are better. They are fully floating rotors, but also the material that's used on the steel of the rotor provides excellent brake biting point. And yes, you could change the biting point of your brakes by not changing the pads, by changing the rotor itself as well. And obviously you could play around and fine tune it, and if you want even better biting or less biting brakes, you could change the pads as well. But in terms of what we do, most of the bikes that we deal with come with these sintered Brembo pads anyways from the factory. That T-Drive rotor does a really good job by giving you that initial bite to be much stronger than the stock rotors are. So let me get that ABS sensor off, and then we're going to start assembling everything onto our aftermarket wheels that we have by Comoto, and then we'll put everything back. But we're also going to be changing our front fender. While we have everything off, it's easier for us to just remove that plastic fender. We're going to use our Fullsix carbon fiber front fender as well. I could already see this bike is looking better and better because the white wheel is going to be on. Well, you're probably thinking, what am I doing still with the front wheel in my hands? It's time to weigh them. So we're going to weigh the tire and the wheel with the spacer, and we're going to make it fair. We're going to weigh the exact same setup on the Comoto wheel. The tires are not the same, but at least we get to see the overall savings. And my bad, I forgot to weigh that wheel without anything on it. That wheel probably would be lighter than it actually is right now without the paint, because believe it or not, paint actually weighs a lot, especially if you want to have a finish like that on it. Comoto wheels usually come anodized, much lighter than painting them. But since we have that wheel and this wheel, let's compare apples to apples. And the stock wheel for the front with this spacer on it weighs 17.68 pounds. And Aprilias are known to come with lightweight wheels from the factory. If it can save any weight at all, it's a big positive. And let's grab the Comoto wheel now. And I'm going to show you, we're not cheating. Comoto wheels needs these hub spacers on the Aprilias, and we have our spacer. This side again, hub spacer on it. Hub spacer's not on it. And keep this, okay. Hub spacer on it. So the Comoto wheel is weighing 16.60 pounds. That's over a pound of savings. We're very happy with that. And don't forget, the rear wheel is going to save much more weight. I just know it from switching wheels over the years that the rear wheel is where we get the most savings from. But as it is, we're happy, over a pound of savings. Let's get the T-Drive rotors on it. Let's put this back on the bike. But before that, I'm going to have to change the fender as well so that we could just stand back and look at that front axle with the carbon fiber fender and also this beautiful color match white wheel. Well, we got the rotor started, and you guys are probably going to ask, what are we doing with the fasteners? We're actually using the Prototype titanium fasteners in the black color. I think gold might have been also a good choice, but I'm not too crazy about having too many different shades of gold, and gold is very hard to match. So this way, we're just using the black titanium bolts by Prototype. They're much lighter than the factory bolts, and they're reusable, and on top of it, it comes pre-applied with a thread locker. So we're gonna save a little bit of weight there. You guys are probably wondering and questioning, how about the rotors? The rotors are thicker than the factory ones, so they weigh a little more. I weighed them earlier, they weigh about 0.9 pounds more. So it still means that we're saving weight with our setup in the front, and we're gonna get better braking. So let me get torquing on this side. I'll torque the other side with the front ABS sensor, and then we're one step closer to getting this wheel on the bike and seeing how it looks with this color matched white color we have. Well, the front wheel is on, the fender is on. I haven't really taken a good look at it yet, so I'm still going to torque everything, and I'll step back and I'll take a look, and then I'll let you guys know my thoughts, but I'm waiting for your thoughts in the comment section below. And I also want to take this time to remind you guys that all the products that we use on our videos are included in the link in the description below. Go check out the link, or check out on our website at motomillion.com for the highest quality motorcycle parts for your super nakeds and for your super bikes. Guys, everything is on, torqued. I haven't taken a look at it yet, so let me take a step back and give you guys my genuine reaction and how beautiful this looks. And man, the smile says it all. And this is just the front wheel, guys. It looks fantastic, matching the white color of the Ultra Gold theme. What you guys can expect on the next episode, it's not now because it was in my mind while I was putting everything back together. I don't know, for whatever reason, the Tuono 1100 factory comes with the M50 calipers, which are now pretty outdated. The style limit calipers that come on the RS V4s are a bolt-on to these bikes, and they are a fantastic upgrade. You could expect us to do those on the next episode. That's why we didn't even touch the caliper bolts, because we can run the titanium bolts as well, but we'll save that upgrade for the next episode. But in terms of braking, this time around, we did put our T-Drive rotors, and the rotor looks shiny, beautiful, and new. We still have to take the bike out for a ride and bed in those rotors. You'll kind of get an understanding of what I mean by bedding in if you don't know what it is. But before we take it for a ride on the next episode, you can expect us to change that rear wheel to our new rear wheel setup. And unfortunately, you're gonna have to wait till the next episode to see what we're doing for that rear wheel. And I really, really want you guys to comment below what you guys think or what you guys would do as the rear wheel in terms of the color, because it's going to be the matching Comoto wheel, so that we can see what you guys are thinking, and then you'll get to see on the next episode what we did. But I think that's it for now for this episode, guys. We added a gorgeous front wheel that's color matched, our T-Drive rotors, Prototype titanium bolts, our carbon fiber front fender by Fullsix, and I didn't forget the sticker. I'm going to apply that on there once I find my sticker. I kind of misplaced it, but until then, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, leave them down below. Until next time, guys, have a good one.